Welcome to Wildcat News. I'm Kayla Castillo, and today is Friday, October 24th, 2025. We've got an exciting lineup for you today, from faith and environmental action with retreats and the European Union joining us on campus for Agape Latte, academic insights within our social justice forum, and on-campus visit from the Taiwan Embassy, and our sports highlights. It's been a packed week, so stay tuned for Wildcat News. In being a Catholic Jesuit institution, strengthening our faith and community is dear to heart and purposeful. Over the weekend of October 17th to the 19th, the Office of Campus Ministry hosted the Encounter 13 Shadow to Strength retreat, a powerful experience designed to help students step away from the busyness of daily life and enter a space of reflection, renewal, and faith. The retreat invited participants to encounter Christ's love on a deeper way, inspiring them to serve one another through that same love. It is also a meaningful opportunity to grow in self-awareness, strengthen friendships, and deepen their relationship with God. Through the weekend, retreatants shared in group reflections, prayer, and fellowship, creating lasting memories of community and spiritual growth. In total, 56 students and 6 teachers took part in this transformative journey. On Tuesday, October 21st at 11 a.m., St. John's College had the privilege of welcoming Ms. Elizabeth Mazzucchini, a diplomat from the European Union stationed in Belize, who shared her inspiring story with our students. Ms. Mazzucchini spoke about her distinguished career that has taken her to over 70 countries around the world, offering valuable insight into the importance of service, intercultural understanding, and leadership, all qualities deeply rooted in Jesuit education. She also shared how her journey has not been without challenges, including struggles with mental health, and how her strong Catholic faith has been a constant source of strength and purpose. Her testimony reminded students of the Ignatian call to find God in all things and to persevere with hope and courage. Students engaged fully in the conversation, listening attentively, asking thoughtful questions, and reflecting on how faith, resilience, and global awareness intersect in their own lives. The session, accompanied by cinnamon rolls and iced coffee, was not only inspiring but truly embodied the spirit of cura personalis, care for the whole person, that defines a Jesuit education. Stop, Drop, and Talk, an anti-bullying conversation. SJC High School observes Student Wellness and Anti-Bullying Month with a series of events focused on building a stronger, kinder, and more united Wildcat community. The month kicked off with a wall pledge and pop-up stations, a mental health day, and an anti-bullying assembly. This week, art came alive in the start of the banner competition, where students remained in class to design and paint creative banners reflecting this year's message of unity and respect. Each homeroom worked together to plan and paint their banners on provided canvas cloth, using teamwork and imagination to spread positive messages across campus. On Tuesday, teachers joined the movement through Stop, Drop, and Talk, taking 30 minutes during their third session to lead open discussions about bullying. This goal was to encourage empathy, raise awareness, and remind students that SJC stands firmly against bullying. The sense of community continued on Wednesday with Teachers Unity Day. During lunch, teachers and students gathered under the tienda for a shared meal, laughter, and light-hearted games, strengthening the bonds that makes SJC a family. Discussion tables were set up across campus yesterday and was hosted by peer helpers and guests. Students stopped by to learn about bullying prevention, share their thoughts, and discuss ways to make school a more inclusive and supportive space for everyone. Activities will continue next school, walking together in solidarity. The event will close with a group photo capturing the spirit of peace, friendship, and the Wildcat pride that defines St. John's College. Through art, conversation, and action, SJC continues to live out its mission of cura personalis, care for the whole person, reminding us that a peaceful community begins with kindness and respect. St. John's College Junior College hosted its annual Social Justice Forum on Thursday, October 23rd at the Landivar Gymnasium under the theme, Caring for Our Common Home. This year's keynote speaker was Senator Janelle Chanona, Vice President of Oceana Belize, who delivered an inspiring and urgent message about the need for environmental stewardship and social responsibility. Senator Chanona called on students to recognize their role as caretakers of creation, echoing the call of Pope Francis's encyclica Laudato Si to hear both the cry of earth and the cry for the poor. She mentioned that the true change begins with awareness, compassion, and action, values deeply rooted in our Jesuit mission of forming men and women for and with others. The forum challenged students to reflect on how their daily choices impact the planet and one another, inspiring them to live out the Ignatian principles of justice, sustainability, and care for the whole person, cura personalis. Through open dialogue and reflection, this year's Social Justice Forum became more than just an event. It was a reminder that caring for our common home is not only an environmental duty, but also a spiritual and moral responsibility shared by all.
What is your name?
Alyssa Fuller.
Hi, Alyssa Fuller. I'm just going to be asking some questions based on the social justice format that we have did today. So my first question is, when it comes to gender-based violence, what action can be placed, whether personally or in a countrywide vote?
I think it all starts with the younger generation, as they say, that the younger generation is the future of this world, which is true. And even up to the late teens, it's very common for them to be persuaded, I would say. So yeah, I think we should start with the younger generation, teach them how to love one another, how to be there for one another, and how to hold each other responsible.
Continuing the line of academic success and relevance, St. John's College University continued its distinguished lecture series this past Wednesday night with an engaging presentation on the theme, Managing Labor Relations. The featured speaker was Mr. Dean Flowers, President of the Public Service Union of Belize, who brought a powerful and practical perspective on the challenges and opportunities within Belize's labor landscape. In his address, Mr. Flowers discussed the importance of dialogue, fairness, and mutual respect in the workplace, emphasizing that effective labor relations are not just about negotiation, that they are about building trust and promoting the common good. Drawing from real examples in Belize's public sector, he encouraged students to think critically about how leadership, ethics, and empathy must guide decision-making values that align closely with our Jesuit mission to form men and women for others. The lecture invited meaningful reflection on how future leaders can help shape a more just and equitable Belize grounded in Ignatian principles of justice, service, and care for the whole person. The Wildcats came out strong at the Gymnasium. Fans are encouraged to come out in full support to show their Wildcat pride as the team goes for gold. The Wildcats are currently on an unmatched...
Done any prior training to develop some tactics to take us down, but in the end, we stick to what we knew. We played the volleyball that we've been practicing and came out on top. For when we're playing such a lot stronger team compared to the others, you know, there's the usual teenage smack talk that there's a lot of hesitation going in with some of our younger players and some of our players that we need to, you know, play their part on the court and what's not. So for them, it's a newer experience. It's something that they can remember and take with them to pursue the rest of their volleyball career. However, for us, it does feel a little bit nostalgic for our Fort Form team. This will be our last volleyball tournament with high school, and we hope to go out with a bang. The games will be held at the Swift Hall gym. We play our first game. The first game starts around 2 o'clock. For our fans, we'd love to see you out there. Make some noise. BHS has their fans. They'll be making noise as well. We can do better than them on the court. We can do better than them on the bench. Overall, school comes first. If you can't hold yourself up in school, then make sure that is your first priority before you start thinking of any extracurriculars like volleyball. For the younger ones that are upcoming, work hard. None of us got on this team because we didn't work.
The Atlib basketball tournament tipped off in exciting fashion as the SJCJCU Wildcats faced off against Wesley College in a thrilling opener that went down to the wire. After 4 intense quarters, the Wildcat came out on top with a 70-66 victory, marking the first time in several years that SJCJCU has defeated Wesley on the court. The win was a testament to Coach Reese's leadership, whose smart player rotations and strategic plays reflected the team's dedication and discipline over the past month of training. In the second matchup, Wesley College bounced back with a 51-46 win over San Pedro Junior College, showing their trademark grit and determination. But the night belonged to the Wildcats. In their final showdown, SJCJCU dominated the game, defeating San Pedro Junior College 59-33 in a commanding performance that secured their spot in the Atlib Nationals. This achievement marks a major comeback for the program, symbolizing the team's renewed focus, unity, and drive for excellence. Qualities that reflect the Jesuit spirit of perseverance and teamwork that defines St. John's College. Congratulations to our Wildcats, continuing to rise, lead, and represent SJCJCU with pride. Thank you for tuning in for this week's news segment. Find us and follow us on our social media, and we will see you next week Friday. Have a great evening and a safe weekend.